All right,
Yeah.
everybody. Now, our next guest has spent decades on stages around the world, shared bills with legendary punk acts, including Green Day, Face to Face, Circle Jerks, and Lagwagon, worked with some of rock's most respected musicians, and today combines music recovery, advocacy, and spiritual insight into a mission that's changing lives. Please welcome guitarist, producer, psychic, and music care supporter Ray Ray Starr. Hello.
Whoa.
Hello, hello, and technical wizard by the sounds of things.
Yes. So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host Ron Russell.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
Ron, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Let's talk about some things that we have to know about. Like
Ron's fascinated with the whole psychic thing.
well, only because I'm very up on it. I mean, I've been doing it since I'm 16. My
Oh,
brother,
you're a reader as well. You're a reader as well.
do I read? I used
Yeah.
to. I stopped because I predicted a fire in my friend's house where his dog died and the fire happened. And I said I'd never do it again. And I told Artie, I said, be careful. And you know what caused the fire? We gave him a black and white television as a housewarming gift. It was the television we gave him.
Oh no,
That
that's
went on
terrible.
fire. So I never read again. But I used to read. My grandmother read. My grandmother was both my grandmothers were like witches. They were wonderful Italian women that believed so hardly in knowing the future. And my grandmother in Italy had a book that was 300 years old, and it was a dream book. And every morning she'd wake up. If she remembered a dream, she'd read her dream and know what was going to happen. So, yes, I'm a great believer in what is it I'm looking for? I'm a great believer, not in psychic ability, but I'm a great believer in premonition. That's the word,
Y-
premonition, I think. You have
wha-
premonition also, right?
Oh, 100%. It runs in the family for 100. And anyone I've ever met that's so cold has the gift to a certain extent. You'll find real quick it runs in the family. Like my great grandmother, she was a medium. My grandmother was a medium. And then on my mother's side, it was her uncle and her aunt also. Different sides, but same thing. They had the gift as well. They would read tea
They were
leaves.
readers,
So
readers.
yeah, yeah.
My
So
brother-in-law was Greek, and he was the one that taught me when I was a young man about psychometrizing, about all kinds of things. He used to lift a table. Believe it or not, he lifted a table a couple of inches off the ground. We used to watch it. And his sisters were Greek and
okay.
old-fashioned Greeks, and they read the coffee cup upside down. They'd spin it and they'd look at it and they tell you. So people have this ability. There's no question about it.
Oh,
Uh,
100%. I mean, just on my mom's side of the family, uh, the aunt, she would always read for this for I guess my mom's uncle. And the guy came from nothing, and by following her advice on a regular basis, she would never charge him or anything. And he became a multimillionaire. And he offered to constantly give her money, and she would never take it. So then he paid for her kids through university, and he went to her bank and paid off her mortgage, and and because he said I wouldn't have a penny to my name if it wasn't for the counsel that she gave me. So
That's
you know,
cool.
yeah,
well,
it's really
you,
cool.
you let yourself read for you? Because I don't. I don't let myself read for me or my children.
I don't read for myself, but at the same time, I get very, very strong premonitions. Like, and every time I don't listen to that feeling, it causes me a great amount of pain. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you
uh,
mean. I know exactly
yeah,
what you mean.
it's like, and I feel to a certain extent, we all have it to a certain extent, but most people choose not to listen to it. You know,
And
and
I allow gut feeling. That's about it. Sometimes if I dream something, I wash my mind of it. I immediately get rid of it. I don't want it in my head because it frightens me. Dreaming about loved ones that die and stuff. And you wake up and you say, wow, was it a dream or was it a premonition? So you have to live with that when you're psychic. You,
well, you can't shut it off. That's the problem. And Yeah, they can accept it or you can go bananas. You
Yes.
know what
So
I
you
mean?
can't
Uh,
read yourself. You cannot read yourself because you'll be very unhappy. But there are times that I use my strength to will things. I'm very good at willing. I will away illness. I will away age. I'm 86 years old. I act.
wow.
I act
You don't
30.
look it. You do not look it.
No, and I
Yeah.
certainly don't act it. And I will age away. I don't. I refuse to let age do anything to me to make me other than what I was at 40 or 50. That's something that I have the power to do. I've taught this to a lot of friends of mine. If you're sick, don't give in. Like Jimmy right now is trying to pass stones. He's a
Yeah.
very bad pupil. He doesn't listen. So I say, let him lay there in pain. What do I give a fuck? I'm not going to worry. But I could really
That's
get,
not true, though. My stones are too big to be passed, according
yes,
to the
but
doctor.
there's things that you could do not to be in such pain. You're going to agree with me, Ray. You can
Yeah.
either embrace pain or you could get rid of it. Some people love it. They love to complain. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I got a pain here. They love that. And the pain loves it too. And whatever's wrong with them only says, hi, I'm happy. Keep doing it. I'm going to kill you. So you got to stop. You got to say, this is bullshit. I have pain, but I can live with it.
Well, it's
And
very
so
true. Wherever you put your focus, that's where it
so
goes. You know
that's
what I
my
mean?
next question, Ray.
Yeah.
Mind over matter.
Okay. Well, you know, how can I put this? Your mind and mine included. I mean, I'm no exception to the rule, but like your conscious mind runs on fear, constant fear. What
Uh,
about tomorrow? What about this? What about that? What? And that's that,
exactly.
that I call it the monkey brain.
Mm,
It never shuts up and it just swings from branch to branch to branch.
absolutely.
And what you have to do, and this is, it sounds simple, but it's mind blowing how hard it is for a lot of people just to sit still and be in the minute, in the moment. And when you do that, that's when the messages come, and that's you know exactly what to do. Like, you know, a lot of people when they call me for a reading, they already know what the answer is. They just don't want to hear it. Does that make any sense? So that it's
Yeah,
like
a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, makes a
they're
lot.
looking for someone to co-sign their lie. Like, and a lot of times when I feel something, they don't want to hear it. So, but I haven't been around this long, haven't done it this long. If I didn't tell people what I felt, I'm not going to sit here and sell you a Disney movie. If I feel like there's something off, there's something off. And deep down, I truly feel like a lot of times people know that already, but they don't want to feel it or admit it. And then there's something in themselves that has to be let go of. And whatever that is that be let go of, they can't because they're listening to that monkey brain so much that it never shuts off. It's no different than polluting your mind constantly with media, with YouTube and television and podcasts and all this stuff. And there's so much noise going on. You can't take a moment just to listen to yourself. And that listening to yourself is not like listening to the fear machine. It's like just being in the moment. And then I guarantee
But
you can
people
clue
listen
into the
to media
messages.
more than they listen to peace.
Mhm.
If you have
Correct.
peace of mind is wonderful, but it's difficult,
It
especially
is.
especially when you're falling asleep. As you're falling asleep, your mind starts to tell you all this crazy shit. This one's going to
100%.
die. This is sick. This is going to happen. You lose your money, your business, your car, and all the negative crap because the brain is now getting rid of all the negative thoughts. It's cleansing. And you have to understand that. So don't like fight it and say, oh, I'm not going to think about that. No, think about all that negative shit and remove it from your brain so you'll have a good night's sleep. While you're dreaming, your dreams cleanse your brain. That's what dreaming is. That's the best time to get somewhere psychically, I find.
Well, I can't really say what's the quote unquote best time. I do know though it's very important for me as a reader. I have to center myself a lot. Like give you an idea, like if I do a bunch of readings, like I gotta clear my energy, right? Because people just think I'm not a magic 8 ball. You just shake me and the answer comes out. Like it takes a lot of me to get into your energy and to actually read you. So in order, it's like I get people calling me all the time. Just real quick, I just need to know about this. I was like, hey man, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Like I can't just drop everything and start reading. Like I have to prepare myself, and I also have to prepare when I stop doing it. Right? If I'm to give you the best reading
People
that I can
want
possibly
stories.
do.
You have stories because that's what they're interested in.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back.
You
Wait.
and I could talk about this on an intelligent level, and people say, "Oh, shut the fuck up." They
Yeah.
don't hear us. They're only interested in, I find, if I tell a room of people at a party a story, a psychic story, everyone is listening intensely.
Yeah.
But if I talk about what we're talking about, they're all smoking and drinking and could kill us. So
Well, you know the funny thing is this is the reality. You give people a winning lottery ticket, they complain they got no money. You give them a winning lottery ticket, and the first words out of their mouth is, "What do you mean I got to drive to the store to cash it?" They don't want to go.
No, that's
Right?
true.
Yeah. It always blows my mind how many people don't want to participate in their own rescue.
I believe that's
my
true.
daughters were moving to California. They were moving to Beverly Hills. And I said to them, you're going to find an apartment with an iron staircase, and it's going to have tile, and there's going to be beams in the ceiling, a fireplace, and it's going to be whatever. And my kids, both my daughters said, okay. Well, sure enough, what did they find? Exactly what I said, to the T, to the letter, to the fireplace that wasn't working. I've done stories on people. I can't say some of them. Jane Russell, okay, was a dear friend of mine. And Jane Russell was a Christian.
Actually, do you know who Jane Russell is? You might not be old enough to know.
The movie star Jane Russell.
The name sounds super familiar to me.
Yeah, well, was a famous movie star.
She was like Marilyn Monroe at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. Yes,
okay.
Yes, I do know that. Yeah,
she used to yell at me because she was such a Christian. She'd say, "Stop that! That's Satan speaking."
Yeah, I've had that. Lots of that happen to me.
Did you get that? Also?
Yeah, she gets that.
Yeah. I said, Jane, it's not Satan speaking. Satan, there's no such thing as Satan, and if it were, he's not in me. She said, well, the Lord is speaking. I said, okay, if you want to think the Lord is speaking through me, fine. Here's what I'm telling you. Dye your hair brown. You'll look like shit with gray hair. She cracked up laughing. She said, I'm lazy. I said, don't be lazy. When you go out, people don't know who you are. Jane Russell was known for her dark hair, sexy, wild. You got that gray crap. You look like an old lady. So we had that relationship. It was kind of devil versus Jesus, She was holy rolling, and I was scientific. So tell me about it. You got Satan shit too, right?
Oh, all the time, man. All the time. It's like, and the funny thing is, it usually comes from someone that you pin something for them. Like I don't know about you, but sometimes, like, I'm not always trying to read people, but you're just in conversation and something pops in. And it's like, oh, I got to tell them this. So you just tell them that, and you get something right, as per usual, and then right away it's Satan. Oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're like, yeah, I don't know what you're tapping into there, but it's like, it's not right. I'm like, well, I make sure that I light a pentagram and candles every night before I go to bed. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about.
But I years and years ago, when I was in my early 20s, I was so involved with this, to the point where I read the Bible, not the Lord's Prayer backwards 3 times.
Okay.
That made me a warlock because I wanted to be a witch so badly. So I became, it was the period, that 1960s stuff, everybody was into witchcraft. It was the music. The music was witchcraft. It's witchcraft. So that's what I was attributing myself to. Like, I would do a spell, so mote it be, and things like that. But then, of course, I realized that after a while that these are tools that we use to connect with whatever it is we see. Some people use Jesus Christ. Some people use the Madonna. They make novenas. They light candles. These are all the instruments that get your mind to open to see what's in the future. Now, that's my question. What's your tool?
Well, I like to think of myself as a tool.
No, you are a tool. No, you are definitely a tool. When you get psychic, you're a tool.
Oh, 100%. The only way I can explain it, because people have asked me so many times, and I don't know. I don't sit there. I don't need, like things like tarot cards and all that stuff. I mean, if I do, I'll be very honest with you, it's more of a dog and pony show because I really don't need it. But the only way I can explain it when I read for someone, it's like I go into a room. It's a pitch black room with a movie screen, and I'm watching a movie, but the movie is you. It's not me. If that makes any sense.
Mhm.
That's and I definitely, there's no doubt about it. I get my I call it the universe or spirit. I don't really know the right term for it. I'm not really what you would consider religious or anything like that, but I definitely believe there's something bigger than me and you. And when you tap into that fabric, and I feel we're all connected to that fabric, that's where the messages come, because I don't feel energy dies. It's always sitting in the fabric.
Okay, I don't get pictures. I get voice.
Okay.
Uh, uh, my own voice talking to me. Like if I'm going to
Yeah.
read, I don't read anybody. I've never read anybody professionally. I've only did it with friends. But if I were
Okay.
to read you, my
Hmm.
reading would be, I would right away go for your success level because that's something I'm very familiar with. Okay.
Okay.
I don't go to things that I'm not familiar with. I can't go and read you and say that you're going to go to the moon tomorrow. I can't read you that way, but I can read you as a performer. You're going to be performing in the South soon. You're going to be performing probably in South Carolina. You're going to have a very big audience, but it's going to be a thunderstorm, and you're not going to be able to go on because of the electricity from the lightning. That sort of thing I can do, but
Okay.
it has to be related to what you do, not you're going to drive a 59 Cadillac tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for me, like I don't just start going bananas. I'm like I start to, like, I like to start off with, come to me with something. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to know? What do we need to focus in on? And when it comes to relationship stuff, which, believe it or not, that's actually my strong suit, because I really feel there's a very strong energy between two people. And I can't stand when someone says, "Okay, well, there's Jimmy and there's Bobby and there's da, 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 da," like, and I'm like, "Nah,
Well,
you're a whore." You know
you're
what I
getting
mean?
you're
You need to
getting
figure out who the fuck you are first. But like when it's serious, there's a very strong pull between people, and that goes for like when people pass on or what have you. I'm very good at picking up on that kind of stuff, because I feel like it's almost like a sonic shockwave that happens, and it leaves an imprint, and then I can see that imprint, if that makes any
well,
sense.
the only story I have that's fearful is my sister was dating this Italian guy from Astoria, Queens, where we lived. And
Okay.
rumor was it that he was a bookie. All right.
Okay.
And he would date her only on Sunday. He'd take her to dinner and they'd go to a movie. And it was only on, he never dated her the rest of the week. So we always thought it was weird. It was one Sunday I said to my sister, "Don't go out with Joe today." She said, "Why?" I said, "I don't know, Anita's my sister." I said, "I just got a weird feeling about it. I just don't like it. I just really wish you wouldn't go out with Joe today." She said, "Well, tell me why." I said, "I don't know. Something bad's going to happen."
He got popped.
So my sister, no, my sister was was in love with another guy called Mario, and Mario calls up and he wants to see her, so she quickly dumped Joe to go out with Mario. Well, the next day we read in the newspapers that park down in Lovers Lane, Astoria Park,
Yeah.
this guy got shot in the car and the girl was
Yeah.
killed. So
Yeah.
there you go. Now, what was making me think that my sister was in danger? I didn't know anything about it. It's just that I knew. And that story is true. Uh, I
Another
had,
way to look at it that I find is, like, when you see like animals and they just start going bananas and they freak out, and all of a sudden there's like some big horrific storm, or there's something, you know what I mean? And it's like they can sense something before it comes. And I feel we have the exact same gift.
oh,
All of
yeah,
us.
I
All of
believe
us have that gift.
Oh,
Hmm.
dogs. No, when we had earthquakes, my dog, My dog got up and sat on my lap like a puppy, and he was 130 pounds. He was a Brazilian Fila, big,
Okay.
huge dog, and he sat on my lap like a puppy, and he trembled. And sure enough, the quake came.
Hang on, we got to stop this here. Hold on. So you guys listen. So first of all, Ray, I'm gonna actually I'm gonna call you when the show is over because we'll set up another date because we really missed out and we didn't because our show ends in 1 minute and we didn't get to talk about music
Okay.
or anything. So
Okay.
we'll reschedule it because your music is fabulous and that's supposed to be the focus of what we're talking on. So you guys, you can follow Ray Ray on Instagram. He's at Ray Star with a number 1. And his website is rayraystar.com. And for everybody who's asking questions, we will bring him back really soon.
Yep.
And that way we can continue talking about the psychic stuff, but also talk about his fabulous music. So check out rayraystar.com.
Your speaker didn't work.
Yeah, no worries.
Not
Something in the universe there.
Yeah, so we will bring you back, and I'll call you in a little bit. And
Ray,
Okay.
Ray, you're a terrific guy. You're very interesting. And
Thanks, brother. Appreciate
and
it.
I know
Thank you.
everybody listening is loving every minute of it. They love this stuff, psychic stuff. And
Oh, abracadabra, man.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
Okay.
Next time Ray is back, the show is really going to be better.
there you go. All right.
All right.
Hey, Ray,
Okay,
thanks
guys.
so much. Thanks for tuning in,
Thanks, guys.
everybody.
Take
We'll see you
care,
guys
Ray.
next week.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.